Hi friends, welcome again to Gorgeous World YouTube channel. Today we will see top 15 most loved Turkish drama series, which are available on YouTube and Dailymotion with English subtitles. Number 1. Love for Rent. Love for Rent or Kiralık Aşk is one of the best series which you could ever watch. It is full of romance and comedy, as well as spice of emotions as well. Daphne, a young and radiant waitress, shoulders the responsibility of supporting her family since her parents' untimely demise. Her life revolves around her grandmother and her younger sister, marked by simplicity and an unwavering happiness, despite their limited means. However, tranquility shatters when her brother is ensnared by the mafia due to a debt, thrusting her into turmoil. To free him, Daphne must muster 200,000 Turkish lira within 24 hours. Contrasting her world is Ömer, a reserved and diligent young CEO of a prestigious shoe emporium. Orphaned, he found solace in a shoemaker's humble abode, eventually launching a renowned brand. Despite hailing from affluence, he spurns his grandfather's wealth, living a regimented existence to obscure his past. Rising early, boating, adhering to specific diets, and toiling late into the night. Their worlds collide at the restaurant where Daphne toils when Ömer, trying to evade an arranged date orchestrated by his meddlesome aunt-in-law Neriman, erroneously assumes the role of Daphne's boyfriend. He even seals the pretense with a kiss, hoping to thwart the impending marriage dictated by his family. Unbeknownst to Ömer, Neriman witnesses the entire ruse. Neriman schemes to marry off Ömer within 6 months to appease her father-in-law's threat of disinheritance. Recalling Daphne, she makes an audacious proposition. Daphne, driven by her brother's predicament, agrees to a bold plan to become Ömer's personal assistant, be a vision of beauty, cater to his every whim, and ultimately make him fall in love with her. Though hesitant to partake in this charade, Daphne takes the plunge to rescue her brother. Armed with the funds, she liberates her sibling and embarks on a new, arduous journey, navigating the tumultuous waters of love, wealth, and deception. At last, I must say that Kiralık Aşk is a captivating romantic comedy with remarkable chemistry between its leads and a mix of humor and romance that keeps you hooked. Despite some occasional pacing issues, it's a series you won't want to miss. Number 2. Aşk Romantic Intikam. Yasik always swore she would never marry a man like her father, whose business failures left her family bankrupt and struggling all through her youth. Then she met Ozan, a bright young engineer entering the civil service. The two married and led a comfortable, stable life until the day Ozan quit his government job to start his own company. Soon Yasik is hustling 3 jobs just to keep the family afloat, while Ozan bounces from one bankruptcy to another. Eventually, the two are divorced. Years later, Ozan's face is plastered over every newspaper, magazine, and news show. His social media app has made Ozan insanely rich, a tech celebrity, and one of Turkey's most eligible bachelors. Yasik is still hustling to keep her head above water when she runs into Ozan. Expecting an apology, Yasik is furious when Ozan acts cold and arrogant instead. Yasik wheedles her way into his company, starts working as an intern, and concocts a plan to take her revenge. She will make Ozan fall in love with her again, and when he does, she'll dump him. Nothing goes according to plan, however, and before long the two exes end up in a shaky love quadrangle with hilarious consequences. True love gets a second chance as our leads realize they were wrong about each other all along. Number 3. Sevgili Gekmiş. 3 long-lost sisters, İpek, Yasmin, and Zara, reunite at İpek's wedding, only to find their lives taking a dark twist. After a heated confrontation with İpek's abusive husband Tekin, they accidentally cause his demise. Fearing the consequences, they make a pact to keep the murder a secret. As they struggle to cover up the crime, their once strained relationship transforms into a tight-knit sisterhood forged by shared guilt. Bound by the weight of their actions, they find themselves trapped in a beautiful Aegean town, forced to live together as they navigate the complexities of hiding a terrible secret. Sevgili Gekmiş explores their journey of redemption, unity, and the unbreakable bond that forms amidst the shadows of their past, all while unraveling the mystery of their newfound brotherhood. According to me, this series is hailed for its exceptional cast, with both male and female actors delivering incredible performances. It stands out in the Turkish drama landscape by incorporating elements of European cinematography, providing a refreshing departure from traditional Turkish soap operas. One of the standout features of the show is its beautifully executed ending, accompanied by a captivating musical score that evokes the ambience of French films from the 70s. The storyline is gripping, blending themes of love, loyalty, family, and even elements of murder and revenge seamlessly. It is a hidden gem in Turkish drama, with its engaging plot, well-executed character development, and an overall enjoyable experience. The series avoids cliches and empowers its characters to take control of their destinies, making it a satisfying and memorable watch. Overall, it's a series that has left a lasting positive impression on those who've seen it, earning high praise and a perfect 10 by 10 rating from me. Number 4. Erensin. Erensin is a Turkish romantic comedy series that revolves around Senem, a cheerful and free-spirited girl working at her family's grocery store. Her dream is to become a successful writer despite her unconventional career choice. However, her life takes a dramatic turn when her parents threaten her with an arranged marriage to Muzaffar if she doesn't find a proper office job. In a bid to escape marriage, Senem joins the advertising company Countess, where her sister Layla works. With no prior work experience, Senem initially becomes the office errand girl. Her adjustment to the corporate world proves to be quite a challenge, compounded by new company dynamics. The company owner retires, and his son Jan, a globe-trotting photographer, steps in as the new manager. Jan is known for his adventurous and carefree lifestyle, opting for a life away from the corporate chaos. When Jan discovers his father's health issues, he reluctantly takes over the company, determined to make things right until his father's recovery. Meanwhile, Jan's younger brother Emre, who has been diligently working for the company, is disheartened by this decision and hatches a plot to undermine his brother's managerial role. Jan is drawn to Senem's natural charm, and as he navigates corporate challenges, he realizes he can only trust her. Unfortunately, Senem unknowingly aids Emre in his secret schemes against her new boss. The series weaves a tale of love, deception, and corporate rivalry, with a colorful mix of characters set against the backdrop of a bustling advertising agency. According to me, Erensin is a delightful Turkish rom-com series primarily distinguished by the electrifying chemistry between its two leads, Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir, which undoubtedly stands as its biggest asset. Number 5. Afili. Handsome and womanizer Kerem is the son of Yıldırım family who has one of the oldest textile businesses in Istanbul. With his creative mind, he made his family company the leader of the sector with the startup as they were about to get out of date. He accomplishes it, but he is still not a proper man in the eyes of his father. Because Kerem lives his life to the fullest by wining, dining, traveling, and hanging out with as many girls as he can. Aze, on the other hand, works at Kerem's factory. She is a smart, beautiful, and a big-hearted girl who leads a boring, joyless life under the control of her two brothers. One of them is despotic while the other one is idle. Thus, her only hope is to marry her boyfriend Burke and leave this difficult life behind. However, her brothers want her to marry the rich boy of the neighborhood Sabri. Ace tells Burke that they have to marry at once. After learning about it, Burke disappears. While she is a kind, calm, and naive slum girl, Ace gets stabbed in the back by both her family and her boyfriend. So, for the first time in her life, she decides to do something for herself. Kerem has the biggest effect on Ace's decision, but he is not aware of that he will be Ace's victim at the same time. Ace becomes the playmaker of the game by making a move to bond each other for a lifetime, yet they don't know it will get so complicated that they won't be able to get out of it easily. Number 6. Beğenilmez. SG, portrayed by Özgürel, is a woman who, despite her best efforts, always ends up in the wrong relationships. Her latest disappointment is with her boyfriend of 3 years, Soner, who she had expected to marry. To her dismay, she discovers he's been having an affair. She decides to end their relationship, feeling fated to choose the wrong partners. 3 months later, after breaking up with Soner, SG aims to prioritize her career as a public relations specialist. However, her inattention at work leads to sudden unemployment, leaving her at a crossroads. Seeking solace and advice, she arranges a dinner with her friends, but they all cancel last minute. Left alone at a fancy restaurant, SG drowns her sorrows in alcohol, leading to an unexpected encounter with Özgür, played by Can Yaman, the barman. Özgür, a wealthy restaurant owner with a carefree attitude, brings her to his home when she's too drunk to remember her address. The next day, their paths cross again, setting off a series of unforeseen events. When SG moves into her cousin's apartment due to housing issues, she discovers that Özgür is her neighbor, sharing the same terrace. SG's friends caution her against Özgür, labeling him Mr. Wrong. Aware of his reputation as a womanizer with no interest in serious relationships or marriage, they advise her to steer clear. But life takes an unexpected turn when SG and Özgür decide to strike a deal. Özgür agrees to coach SG in the art of attracting men, while SG pretends to be his girlfriend to deter his mother's marriage pressure. As they navigate this unconventional arrangement, SG and Özgür's worlds collide and the lines between their fake relationship and genuine emotions become increasingly blurred. Mr. Wrong is a romantic comedy series that explores the complexities of love, relationships, and self-discovery. Number 7. Bambos Kabiri. Bambos Kabiri is the most recent series of Hande Erçel, and according to me, it is truly the best Turkish series I have seen since Haka. The overall vibes, the wonderful cast, the music, the story, and beautiful cinematography give a truly thrilling experience to the viewer. Hande Erçel has an aura that makes you want to keep watching her, and after a 2-year break, I'm glad she chose this project. Hande and Burak together create magic on screen. The story of Bambos Kabiri centers around the murder of Hamdi Adil Bey, which was committed brutally in the forest, and this intersects the paths of Leyla, Hande Erçel, a young prosecutor who wants to leave her complicated past behind and establish a new order, and Kenan Burak Deniz, an ambitious journalist with a stable and fame-filled life, who now aims to set up a new order in his life as well. However, this murder is not only a precursor to their love but also the destruction of the truths they knew about their lives. Unaware that they will be caught in a whirlpool of desire amidst conflicting interests, these two ambitious characters are drawn towards each other. Kenan is captivated by the beautiful and determined prosecutor at first sight. However, Leyla approaches Kenan with skepticism as he hides what he knows within his journalistic ambition. Leyla, who senses an indefinable unease in him, will gain a new understanding when she meets the stranger behind Kenan's eyes. The only thing pulling Kenan towards the murder that has stirred the country is not just its news value. Finding himself unable to stay away from the prosecutor he constantly encounters throughout this case, Kenan tries to get closer to Leyla. Leyla has felt the same things, but many reasons, including the fact that Kenan's father is chief prosecutor Turan, compel her to stay away from Kenan. Yet, Leyla gradually cannot resist being drawn to the man everyone admires. This is a fantastic series, and I will highly suggest you to definitely watch this series one time. Guys, if you are enjoying this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Number 8. Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After is a fantastic Turkish series of Erensin Sangu, which was released in 2020 and is available with English subtitle. Actually, it is a story about a girl named Leyla, portrayed by Erensin Sangu, faces heartbreak as her wedding to her boyfriend Sarp Ozundalane is abruptly called off without explanation. She's bewildered by Sarp's sudden departure, clinging to the belief that there must be a reasonable justification. Supported by her parents and friends Seda, Deniz Esin, Leyla rebuilds her life by becoming a wedding planner, striving to create perfect weddings and avoid any mishaps. Despite their breakup 5 years prior, Leyla remains devoted to Sarp, resisting new relationships and matchmaking attempts by her mother and friend. Her career flourishes, and she receives a significant offer from her boss Aslihan Senegurler to manage her daughter Melissa's Yasemin Allen wedding. Unbeknownst to Leyla, this is Sarp's wedding. By chance, they reunite at a university event, and Leyla, now working at the hotel owned by Sarp, seeks answers for his sudden departure. Sarp, however, refuses to explain, leading to a complex web of emotions. Their paths collide again when Leyla discovers she must plan Sarp's wedding, forcing her to make a life-altering decision. If you ask me, then I must say that Happily Ever After is a Turkish series that pleasantly surprised me. The unique storyline, focusing on complicated relationships instead of villains, sets it apart. Erensin Sangu's acting is exceptional, and her chemistry with Mehmet adds depth. The blend of comedy, drama, and romance is well executed, making it enjoyable. My only complaint is that it ended too quickly, leaving me wanting more. Overall, it's a refreshing and well-acted series worth watching. Number 9. Senchal Kap. Ida is a bright, beautiful young woman working at a florist. She dreams of getting her degree and moving to Italy. But her dreams are shattered when the heir to the bullet holding company cancels his scholarship, so she has to drop out of university. Now only two things keep her going: her love of plants and her hatred of Serkan Bullet. When Serkan comes to speak at the university, Ida is protesting outside. A series of unfortunate events leaves these two handcuffed together for most of the day, during when Ida learns that Serkan really is everything she hates. Arrogant, self-centered, and a complete control freak. For his part, Serkan couldn't care less, but when the media mistakenly linked the two, he hatches a plan to use Ida to get back at the ex-girlfriend who dumped him and is now engaged to another man. The unlikely pair come to an agreement. Ida will pretend to be Serkan's fiancé, and he will reinstate her scholarship. The arrangement will only last for a couple of months until his ex's wedding. But pretending to be the fiancé of one of Istanbul's most eligible bachelors turns out to be a lot harder than Ida at manganese. What starts as a simple deal doesn't stay simple for long. According to me, Senchal Kap has generated diverse opinions among its audience. The chemistry between Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin, who play the lead roles, has been widely appreciated, and their performances are seen as strong and captivating. The character of Ida Yıldız, portrayed as a strong and independent woman, stands out positively. The series is commended for its humor, romance, and emotional engagement. However, some viewers have criticized its repetitive plot, occasional weak writing, and certain character behaviors. In summary, Senchal Kap appears to be a polarizing romantic comedy series, with both enthusiastic supporters and detractors. Number 10. In Love Out of Spite. In Love Out of Spite follows Defne Eselyatopouloğlu, who is a young and successful girl who has just graduated from a well-known university in Turkey. She is going to start working at Marasi Technology as a computer engineer. However, in her first working day, Defne argues with her jealous brother because her brother Sinar, or Invertim, finds her dress as revealing and wants her to wear a more conservative cloth. In order not to be late for their Defne does what her brother says, but she also takes her dress and changes her cloth in the parking area of Marasi Technology secretly. While changing her dress, Defne accidentally meets a young man, whom she assumes to be a security personnel, but in fact, he is the CEO of Marasi Technology, whose name is Yalan Yaman. Yalan does not disclose his identity and makes fun of Defne. Since Defne becomes too late in her first working day, she wants a second chance from her supervisor in return of being late. She makes an agreement and gets right to continue working at Marasi Technology if she finds the problem in the computer code within a day. Defne solves the problem and proves that she is the best applicant for this position. However, she finds out that the guy in the parking area is the CEO of Marasi Technology. When Defne discovers that she is fooled, she resigns immediately in her first day. Meanwhile, Yalan understands his fault and follows Defne to apologize, but he again catches Defne in the parking area while changing her dress. But this time, Defne's brother appears and beats up Yalan. The story becomes too complicated when Defne starts to work at Marasi Technology and her brother falls in love with Yalan's younger sister Yesim Duru. In Love Out of Spite is a Turkish romantic comedy series that certainly makes an impression, thanks in large part to the charismatic presence of Can Yaman. As a Turkish series fan, I must appreciate the show's strengths, but also acknowledge its shortcomings. Number 11. Burper Misali. Zeynep, a young girl from a Pua family, dreams of overcoming her financial struggles. Working as a nanny for an affluent couple, she faces the challenges of living with her alcoholic, gambling-addicted father and an unsupportive sister. On her birthday, a twist of fate occurs when she finds a purse filled with cash in a rented car. Despite objections from her boyfriend, Zeynep, driven by the belief that money can solve her problems, decides to keep it. This choice propels Zeynep into high society, where she uses the money to transform her appearance and lifestyle, attempting to blend in with the wealthy elite. Clad in luxurious clothes and adorned with expensive jewelry, Zeynep navigates the world of privilege, determined to change her life and break free from the constraints of her humble beginnings. Burper Misali has garnered mixed reviews, but I found it to be a captivating series with well-executed storytelling. The simplicity of the plot might not resonate with the typical Turkish TV audience. But the chemistry between Alina Baz and Tero Emertamen is undeniable. Despite some pacing issues, the series shines with its directing, vibrant colors, and a refreshing lack of overly dramatic scenes. Alina Baz's portrayal of Zeynep adds depth to the character, defying initial expectations. The show's decision to deviate from the anticipated plot twist adds a touch of realism. Overall, I appreciate the series for its unique vibe and look forward to more episodes. Number 12. Yasik Elma. Yasik Elma is a captivating Turkish series with an engaging storyline. The characters are well acted, and the drama keeps you hooked from start to finish. Highly recommended for those who enjoy complex relationships and intriguing plot twists. Yasik Elma started out being the story of Yıldız and Zeynep, two sisters, who are very close but have very different characters and life goals. Zeynep is a girl who strictly adheres to her ethical values, aims to have a successful career and strives for it. While Yıldız believes that she deserves more and considers happiness to be a marriage with a rich man, who would save her from her low-income life. But now in Season 4 the focus is on the female leads. Yıldız and Ender has gone from enemies to best friends to enemies, friends and now enemies again. This is for a very large part the result of her mother Asuman, who with her meddling and ambitions has ruined Yıldız's life. Yıldız is now facing Ender, who has now joined forces with her arch-nemesis Sahika. This despite the fact that Sahika cost Ender the love of her life. But vengeance and ambitions are more important. According to me, Yasik Elma, engaging drama, but it loses its way in later seasons. Some characters and plots felt repetitive, but the performances were strong. Worth watching for the intriguing storyline, especially in the earlier seasons. Number 13. Crash. Crash or Charisma is about a serious car accident, which intertwines the lives of four individuals. Kadir, a dedicated and fearless police chief, loses his wife and daughter in a terrorist attack at a soccer match, leaving him broken and guilt-ridden. Zeynep, a successful bank manager, faces a turbulent marriage and her husband's debt, leading her to steal money from her bank to save her kidnapped daughter, thrusting her into a dangerous criminal world. Cemre, a lawyer with a seemingly perfect life, discovers her fiancé's infidelity and is stabbed by a burglar, forever altering her serene existence. Kerem, freshly released from prison and seeking a fresh start, reluctantly gets involved in a burglary gone wrong, accidentally injuring Semra, leading him to a collision that changes his life. As their paths converge, their fates become inexplicably connected, setting the stage for a series of unforeseen events and life-altering decisions. According to me, the standout performances of the cast in Charisma, especially Kevunk Tatlitag and Onur Salek, add depth to their characters, making them highly engaging. The show's strong storyline keeps viewers hooked, with unexpected twists and emotional moments that resonate. While some viewers may find it a bit lengthy and occasionally slow, it manages to deliver a satisfying and worthwhile ending. Number 14. Marasi. In the southeastern city of Marasi, Celal, a former Special Forces sergeant, undergoes a life-altering transformation after his daughter is silenced by a concert hall shooting. Retiring to care for her, Celal becomes a second-hand bookseller in Istanbul, determined to unravel the mystery behind the attack 2 years ago. His path crosses with Maher, a wealthy photographer, leading to a fateful encounter with a murder witnessed by Maher. Together, they navigate the dangerous aftermath, discovering a professional cover-up that endangers Maher's life. As the only witness, Maher faces threats from the enigmatic killer Savaz, prompting her affluent family, led by businessman Aziz, to seek protection. Aziz, grappling with his daughter's safety, recruits Celal as a bodyguard, setting off a chain of events. Reluctant at first, Celal discovers a connection between Aziz's company and the concert hall attack through a logo, compelling him to accept the role to uncover the truth behind his daughter's affliction. The series unfolds a gripping narrative of suspense, family dynamics, and a relentless pursuit of justice. Marasi and Maher become entwined in a complex web of intrigue, betrayal, and danger as they strive to unveil the real culprits behind the past tragedy. Amidst the shadows of conspiracy, they embark on a journey to confront their intertwined destinies, unravel secrets, and navigate the complexities of their challenging quest for justice. According to me, Marasi is a gripping masterpiece reminiscent of Ezel, blending a beautifully constructed crime story with intense emotions. Burak Deniz and Alina Baz's chemistry is exceptional, and their performances add depth to this action-packed series. The plot unfolds seamlessly, keeping me on the edge of my seat with unpredictable twists. The stellar acting, captivating storyline, and impressive production make Marasi a must-watch, earning it a well-deserved 10 by 10. Kudos to the entire cast and crew for delivering a thrilling and engaging Turkish drama. Number 15. Ruhan Daimaz. Owner Karasu, Sukru Azilds, is a successful intelligence agent who was promoted to head of the department at a young age and has been after Seev Koral Tulik, the owner of Turkey's largest jewelry company. Seev, who uses coral jewelry as a front for his dirty business, is the representative of a criminal organization in Turkey. Owner, who thinks that Seev keeps the documents related to his illegal business in the safe in his house, becomes lovers with Seev's sister Halal, Asl Suman, in order to get in and out of the house. When he learns that Seev will move abroad, Owner makes a sudden decision to propose to Halal in order to get the documents without letting her get away. He plans to open the safe on their engagement day and arrest Seev, who will be there for his sister's engagement. What he doesn't take into account is Halal's close friend DC Berkuaz Burke. While C is trying to figure out what Owner is up to, her plans are upset when Owner catches her. Owner and EC, two poles as opposite as day and night, will have to work together in a way they never wanted to. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the top 20 most loved Turkish series. From gripping dramas to heartwarming romances, these shows have captivated audiences worldwide. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the rich storytelling and unforgettable characters. Until next time, keep embracing the magic of Turkish television and the power of captivating narratives. Thank you for watching and happy viewing.